Hi guys and welcome to the Chit Chat Show on ELEGBETE TV. My name is Adafi Matthew S. Ogene. You love to come with the ELEGBETE1 of sports, and I have an amazing guy with me. Let me tell you guys a short story. I've been trying to catch this guy like a hunter for 3 years now. I've been trying to track him down like CIA, like FBI, but he's also been very busy. He's been moving from one place to another, keeping his game up, trying to make ends meet, trying to, as we always say on this end, trying to get his daily bread. And you know, sometimes you need to find the balance. Somebody once said that, man, these players, they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk. No, the truth of the matter is they have their busy schedule the way we have our busy schedule. We have to find an alignment. Sometimes when they are ready, we are not ready. Sometimes when we are ready, they are not ready. But he is one player that I've given his best in terms of football. Played for the Nigerian national team. I remember I was in the 2016 Olympics team. And there's something I love about that team because I was 100% part of the team, even though I was the unseen person. He's been part of a lot of teams as well, quite a few of them. Olhanse, he's played for Olhanse, he's played for Sampdoria. He was on loan to Lugano, and then he signed for Lugano. And then he now plays for a team in Finland called Alumini. Now that name reminds me of a place in Port Harcourt, Elele Alumini. And then he's also, had stints with Parma, a team that have rich heritage, as well as Sampdoria, the former club of Ruud Gullit. When he left AC Milan, he played for Ruud Gullit. And he's 6'1", so he's very, very tall. Is a left full back, is a fantastic player. A player, when he's on his day, can catch flies, stop anything from getting in. Without further ado, let's make welcome my guest on the Chit Chat Show today, Stanley Amuzie. Stanley, you're welcome to the Chit Chat Show on ELEGBETE TV. It's how you spread like butter on top of bread. How you doing?
I dey fine, no boss. How you doing now?
I dey push am small, like toilet like turtle, make it for no loss. Say that say who they hurry, they always miss something. So we know they hurry, we take am small, especially in this COVID. And talking about COVID, how it be for your side? My daughter is always talking about Finland. Which language do they speak for Finland? Because my daughter always asks me that question, and I don't have the right answer.
They speak mostly. A lot of people here they speak Swedish and Finnish language and English.
Oh,
anyway, so
una day now una still dey lockdown for that side because I say the coronavirus is not strong for Finland like the way it be for other parts. That's why I don't know.
No. Over this place it's not that much anyway. Nobody is even wearing mask in this place. So, but they only close down the bars and the coffee shops, and then restaurant is open, but only for takeaway. So you can sit there. But the works and everything resumed, but the school is still on closed down for now.
Okay, so football, now don't resume football?
They will be resuming next month on the 27th. So now the teams have resumed fully.
Okay, so you guys have started training. Like, do you train and how do you coming into, because I keep thinking about it, how do you come into a training regime where you can no longer hug your teammates or jam chest or jam shoulder? Those normal training that we do now in football. That normal jamming of training body. So no more that kind of training.
Now you have to adapt. First of all, you don't have to shake hands. You have other ways you can shake hands. You can, hit hands, or you can use the shoulder and then, hit each other by the shoulder. So it's not a big deal. We have to adapt until everything, gets back to normal.
I was watching the German Bundesliga and I was seeing everybody doing social distancing. And I asked myself, a case scenario, two teams are fighting for the title, final match of the season. Anyone that wins will become champions. The game is 0-0, 90 minutes. They are pressing and pressing. Are you saying that if one player just score one kind shot from outside the 18, these players not go rush each other?
Go by everything that not they complicated though. Now we go there social distance. They do this celebration. Yeah, they far the wave hand.
Okay,
Anyway,
Stanley.
the most important thing is safety first.
Okay, so Stanley, let's take many steps backward to the beginning of the story. It's okay to talk about what is happening now, where you are right now. But let's go back to the beginning. Stanley, where are you from?
From Imo State, Mbaise precisely. You know, Mbaise is a well-known place in Nigeria, so everybody from that place.
They say Mbaise get fine girls. That's the
we get.
Now what I hear
we
say.
Get. No, they.
You say girls.
They're fine, but the only thing is, if you get money to pay the bride price, you're welcome. You know, our bride price now, they like upstairs, so you need to climb a lot.
When I did I don't know what it mean, but when I did Potako, they used to say this thing. Ndi say Nariuku. What does it mean?
Now wait.
Ndi say Nariuku. What does it mean?
Boss, how you hear this thing?
Now when I did for football for you. I don't even know what I talk right now.
Mbaise Nariuku means, Mbaise people climb like the waist. Waist is like uku, but you can call uku like, like ass or something like that. Sorry for the words I'm using.
No problem.
Let's be honest.
But now what did I use? They spoil me with all this talk anyway. Okay, so how was your growing up like? How was your childhood like? Because most people, they play football. Oh, I grew up in the ghetto. We were very poor. We didn't go to school. This one. I beg. Like comedians, every comedian. I grew up in Warri. My father, one rat can't enter our house. The rat can't tell us, say we're too poor. Please, is that your story too?
No. I wasn't born like that anyway, because when I was born, my dad was okay anyway. He was working in this Benin cement company that's in Benin State. So, yeah, BCC. He was working there. So we were okay then, but with time, things changed, and then now back to the story that other people were saying. Everything became complicated, so it wasn't that easy. Yeah, I know, because when we moved from Benue State back to Mbaise, because we went back home, and then things were getting a little bit, hard. And then I remember then I used to go with my mom to the farm to work for others, so they can pay us money. So we have to farm for others, me and my mom, to be able to get money to feed the family. And after 2 years of that struggle, my dad died, And so when he died, everything again became so hard. So I had to change to other line of work, like, serving medicine for the builders, people that do this building in Nigeria. So I have to go carry the blocks for them, and then, I go just they serve them based on may they fit work. Now every day you go collect more money, make person fit the whole hand. And after that work, I will still go to training. So it's a rough going anyway. But I thank God for everything.
What team were you playing with? Like your grassroots team. Let's journey with your grassroots. Only one team you played for before you. Was it like you just trained with one team and then you went abroad, because you didn't play in Nigerian league?
No, I didn't. And back then, in Imo State, we had so many academies. I would say it's academy, because you just go to tournaments, come back, do training every day, and wait for the next tournaments that will come up again.
Yeah.
And so we were playing in that Wonder Boys, because it's just more like younger people like us. And then there was this team, Namoa. They opened it, so they were playing state league in Imo State. And then one match we had with Heartland. We were supposed to play a match with Heartland, and then we got to that place. So as we played the match, after the match, now one man just meet me, tell me, say, make I call Old Stadium for say again one trials where they want to do. So I said okay, and then I went to the stadium. We had the trials there for like 3 days, and then after he asked us to go back to Lagos. So I had to travel to Lagos for the first time ever. That was the first time ever I'm going to Lagos. Even the day I was going, I was scared because I don't know anywhere. I had so many stories about Lagos, how big it is, the kind of people there and all that stuff. So I came to Lagos, we had the trials, and then that was how he picked us. So 2012, I came back to Festac, where he lives. So we were staying in his house. That
Who
was
was
from
this
there.
man?
His name is Mashambre. He's from Kwaibo, Piket. He's the player that took John Ogudem house. John
I
Ogu.
know Marshall.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
how when we tell this story, we should give credit to whom it is due. That's why I asked the
Sure,
question because
sure,
I mean,
sure.
Marshall is. I don't know how God will pay him back, but Marshall is a great guy. Like people,
Yeah,
I've heard people
he
say
did a
it's
lot of work for the
business. I
players.
people say it's business, but doing business to take such a risk on footballers, it's not easy. So well, let me let you tell the story. Continue the story.
Yeah, so that was how 2013 that was the first time we traveled to Italy. We were 5 players that traveled to Italy then. We went to Parma. Three of us was in Parma and the other two went to Udinese. So after the trials, the Parma people asked me to come back again. So I came back alone and the other 2 players went to Hungary. So that is how I got back with the Parma. So the first tournament we played, won the best left full back in the tournament. But we ended up second position. So my first ever tournament match I played, I won the best left back. And then I went back home, and then they asked me to come back again. This time full time, like a player. And then in the verge of signing the contract, the guys who took me there told me not to sign the contract with them because the club was going through financial problem then. And so I left Parma and then went to Sassuolo. I was in Sassuolo for like, I think, 4 months. And then when I went to apply for my work permit in Nigeria, Italian embassy, they denied it.
Whoa.
Yeah, they denied it. That was like, in my career, then that was the most challenging time of my life because I lost concentration, like like you sign contract already, like 4 years contract I signed with them. And then only for me to get the permit, and then they denied the permit, and now the contract is invalid and for that. So I stayed in Nigeria back, and then we were playing some tournaments, which Samson Siasia came for the finals. So after the tournament, he asked me to come to Abuja for the under-23 camp. So that was how I went to the under-23 camp.
So from the disappointment of a contract that didn't put through, what's it called, work permit that was denied, the door for under-23 just opened like that.
Yeah, so that is how I went there. That is how I got there.
So let's now, please. These days we're hearing story. Everybody say I pay money to coaches to make the team. They say I should pay money. Did Samson Sase ask you to pay any money to come join that team?
No. He never, even for a single day. Like I don't know him from Adam. I don't know him at all. I only hear about his name. I have not seen him in person. Apart from that day he came to that Lagos. So when we got to the place, I know I got a lot of challenges in the camp, but not from him. Some of the coaches there, when I first arrived, one of them, I could remember one of them, but I'm not going to call his name.
Yeah.
He said to Samson Siasa and the other crew that they already have a left back in that position. So why would they invite me to come? Yeah, you understand. So late Timmy, he was the team media. May he so rest in peace. He was the one. Yeah, he was the one who insisted and said, "I'm here already. It doesn't matter if they have anybody here or not. That they should let me play." You get. So that is how I stayed back in the camp that day, and I got a lot of with the characters towards me from the person I was talking about. He was trying to do everything possible to just make me out of that team at that very moment, But we thank God, man not be God. When God decides, He has decided. So no matter any kind of fight, anything like that, it's nothing. But for him, he never a day take any 1 naira from me. You know,
So,
nobody in the national team has demanded money from me before, but only the journalists. That is why when you were saying something about the journalists, I said, "No, na they chop money now." You get? Yeah,
uh,
it's true now because we it's obvious now because the journalists are the people who are mostly pushing the players, you know, into the national
okay,
team.
so let me get that part because I happen to always fight. I hear that a lot. I've heard a lot of players tell me that, but because I've not been involved, I don't do it. I really don't get it. What's this thing that Nigerian footballers have with a lot of Nigerian footballers have, or some of Nigerian footballers have with journalists? Sometimes you guys just get angry with us.
Uh,
Sometimes you guys
not
just feel like,
not not really. You know, the thing is this. You know, when you journalist is trying to do something for you, you know, I guess it's left for the player to appreciate the journalist, you know, for what he's been doing or trying to, you know, get involved in his matter. But you know, at that very moment, if you don't do anything, they will then start to discredit you and start to, you know, start to say shit about the player and everything like that. You know? I know how many times when I was in Lugano, I know how many journalists they wrote to me. They said to me fully that I should pay such amount of money that 100% I'm going to play the Super Eagles. I was like, what the fuck? Like seriously, you know, like even the guys writing me, they were even asking me, you know, the percentage from the match bonus that I'm going to get. Eh, that was anyway. I don't talk to journalists like ever in my life. I don't even like interviews. You know, I think this is the first interview I'm doing ever, apart from the one I did when I was in Alumini. But that was international interview with the white guys. But this is the first interview I'm having with a Nigerian journalist. First ever.
you know
I
when
try
I
as
told,
much as possible to stay away from them.
okay.
But
Now, so Stanley, let me be very honest. And on behalf of the whole Nigerian journalists, I want to apologize to you. And I want to also say this. There is absolutely no journalist that can make you make a national team.
they
No,
did,
hold
bro.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Then they, then
Hold on,
they, then they,
hold
they
on,
are,
hold on. Let me
they
finish.
are.
They can talk about you. They can say things, good or bad. But you see this thing about playing, Stanley. I play this football. So I've been on that side that you're
Sure.
sitting now. So if there my former coach, Mandy Sinclair, will say, when ball bounce for field, those ones who sabi and those who no sabi go come. But now I go tell people who sabi and who no sabi. I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah, I understand, but
So there are people who would always
you
play
get,
God.
you get where that one they happen.
Okay.
Yeah, you get
There
where that
are
one
those
they
who
happen.
will play God, but I think that as a player, you should focus on your playing to a point where nobody can threaten you, nobody can make it look like, oh, Stanley, if you not give me money or if you not share match bonus with me, you're not going to make national team. What do you think about that?
Because for me, I said to myself, you know, when I started growing up, I basically I'd never give him any coach any money before to play anywhere, you know, or give anybody any money to put me in any place. You get, it's a natural talent that I grew up having, you know, which I know every player out there too is the same. So why would I pay money to be able to be featured in something? You understand? So even when the guy, I forgot, I would have saved the number, but I lost the phone. If not, I would have given you the number so you would confirm. I will screenshot everything. I lost the phone then. You know, like I was asking him. First of all, he said to me, I should pay 50% any match bonus they play. He even mentioned the person who was going to give it. I don't want to call any names. And then I said to him, how can I be playing football in a match? And then after 90 minutes of suffering in the pitch or after the flight stress and everything, and then I will take half of the money that they are going to give to you, you know. And then he was talking about 40%, and then after he said 30%, and I said, okay, no problem. And then he's asked me to send him 100,000 first because he needs to go to Abuja, you know, to do one or two things. I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to send you the money the next day. That was the last time I blocked him. Yeah, so like if you reason the whole thing, just most of the journalists.
The matter now don't had me to talk. You know why? Because I hear this like regularly, but I'm always saying, what kind of journalist will have that kind of power? You see how you make it to Siasia's team. Let's talk about the Olympic team, because you guys won bronze that you suffered, the kind of suffer people suffer to win gold for. You guys suffered all the way. So let's talk about that team that went to win bronze in Rio in 2016. Give me your side of the story.
It was a tough story. The toughest experience in the national team anyway. I don't know of the other teams, but I think that under 23 Olympic team, we went through hell. Just that the one thing I like about the team is the players, they just have the determination, because all of them know where they want to go to. So I think that is what motivated the player. And then with the presence of Mikel Obi in the camp then, so everything he was like a father to everybody, every player there. So he tried to motivate everybody, move. It wasn't in the beginning. It wasn't okay. It wasn't. But at least we have something to hold on to and say yes. After the whole suffering, we have this.
I've spoken to your captain before Mikel came in, Azubike, Bleak Boy.
Azubike.
I've spoken to Oganeka Retibo. Siasia, my interview with Siasia was disrupted by internet, so we're still going to have that story. I hate to tell people my role in that whole tournament because people will not understand. I want the day when me and Siasia will be doing that interview, we'll start talking about it. Maybe everybody will understand. From when the camp started, Siasia came to Lagos, the whole trouble, went to Senegal. I think it was Senegal you guys went for the qualifiers.
I didn't go to the Senegal. I had injury then against Congo. Against Congo. That was supposed to be the last match we played to qualify to that Senegal. That was when I got injured on my knee. Okay. Which today nobody know anything.
So having had that experience, how did you not get back? They cancel your work permit, they cancel your contract. How did you not get back to Italy again?
No, it wasn't that difficult. It wasn't, because during the time we were playing that qualifiers, I traveled back to Italy. That was when I went to Sampdoria to train with the team. Yeah, I stayed there for I think 3 weeks. Yeah, I think 3 weeks. I went to Sampdoria to stay with them. Then after I got the injury in the national team, I went back. I was in Nigeria, and then Sampdoria, they were like, disturbing me. Hey, come back. Is that? But they didn't know I had injury anyway. So Ayo Makiwa was my agent again. So I traveled back to Sampdoria. I went back with them, and then before then we already signed contract. I think I signed a 4 years contract with them already. When I was still with the national team in order to pick up, I already signed contract with them. So my going back was just to resume training with the team, but I have injury. So when we went to the hospital, they found out that my ligament has torn, so they have to go to surgery to replace it and all that. I had the surgery on the 25th of August 2015. Yeah, and then after the surgery, I was doing the rehabilitation and everything. And then after, Sampdoria made a contract for me to go to Hannes in Portugal to play. So that was how I went in 2016, for January, I went to Portugal to play with the team, to get ready about the whole stuff. So the permits I had then, I traveled with a visa to Portugal, and then I got the permits to use there anyway. Okay. So after the league, I played there for 6 months, because from January to the end of the season. And it was still in the same place that I was when I was invited for the national team to qualify against the Nations Cup qualification. against Egypt. So it was still the same place. And then after then, I traveled back to Olympics. Yeah, so I went back to Olympics. So after Olympics, then I went back to Sampdoria. So it wasn't that easy again because this time around, I don't have to go to the embassy to do
Yeah.
anything. I don't have to go to the embassy to do it. So I just they need to take the contract straight to the office over there, to the police and the immigration place there to do it. It didn't take long. It was just 1 month before they gave me the permit.
Wow.
I think, well, 1 month.
Okay, so
It wasn't that difficult again.
in all of this, recently we start hearing things like, oh, Nigerian footballers, when they finish, when they play and they get to Europe, they forget their academy coaches, they forget their teammates in Nigeria. For Stanley, how is it like?
You know, there are some of these trading videos and letters that came up recently on Facebook. I just like some of the players. Anyway, you can't satisfy everybody in this life.
Sure.
You know, you just have to do your best as a person. You know, you can never satisfy everybody. But for me, you can ask anybody around me. I'm this kind of person. I'm like this, open. You know, even if I go back home now in Nigeria, I don't travel to stay in Lagos or stay in nowhere. I go back to my hometown in Mbaise. That is where I will stay until the holiday is finished, and then I will travel. So I'm this kind of person. I'm open-minded, and some of these people that say all this, most of them, if no matter everything you do for them, because okay, now let me take for example, they ask you for something now, and you give to them, you know, and then they ask you again the next day, you give them, and they thought them they want, and then you tell them you don't have. They say, hey, he doesn't want to help me, this, that, and then they start to say stuff. Like I remember when I traveled, when I signed a professional contract with Sampdoria, the thing I did, like every year, this is not lie or anything. At least I go home with at least 50 pairs of boots. This is how I do it. You know, the first team players, you know, most of them they have contracts with this football, like Nike, Adidas, Puma, all this. And most of them they use their football shoes like 1 month, 2 months, and then they keep it. They get new ones, and they don't do nothing with it. So me as a person, I will just go get them together, you know, because they are still almost new if you watch
Yeah.
them. Yeah, and then put them in the bag. I'll be the one to even pay for the bag because it's extra luggage you get. And then I will buy my own jerseys, you know, like pay for my own extra jerseys because you know it's normal if you just
No,
go
no,
home,
it's
you have
merchandising
to
for
get something they
the
they
company,
can put
for the
on.
club business.
Exactly. And then even if I come to Nigeria, I will know that the shoes won't be enough. I have to, you know, take out some money and then buy extra boots to add to the one I have so I can be able to give those that I didn't. And then I give to people, you know, every time I come back, this is what they do. When they know that I'm about to come back, I get messages every time on my phone. I need boots. This is my size and everything. And then when I was doing this, I did this for like almost 2 years, going to 3 years. But people, they start to talk, you know, even those you give the first time, and when you come back again, you don't give them and you give to the other people who hasn't collected. And they start to say stuff, everything, they start to speak, even the ones that didn't get the jersey. Because if you have like 20 pairs of jersey, I take out 7 personally for my family, my siblings.
Which is
That
normal.
is the first, this is the first thing I always do. And when I get to Lagos, I have to, you know, those people that I know I was close to, like Masha and the rest of them, I have to give them. Then the ones that is remaining, then I have to give to the others. So when they start to say things like this, I stop entirely. I stop giving out the shoes, football boots, and I stop going out to the jerseys. I just quit the stuff. But for me and my childhood guys, we are always good. The ones I know, not everybody. I'm not people. 100 people will know me, but at least I'm out of that 100 people. I'm only close to that 10, and that 10 people that I'm close to, I'm always close to them.
Which is
So if that 90 people that I don't really know much about them, they can be saying things bad about me, which the 10 people that I know and close to will not say.
good.
So
Okay, so let's come to your movement to Finland. Now, Finland is kind of like, I always ask, what is the football like in Finland? You played in Italy, you played in Italian football, you had a good game. I mean, your rating was always high, high, high. Why Finland?
Anyway, it's not why Finland, but it's just that my contract I had with Alumini was remaining 6 months first, and then I got some offers from other clubs that I wanted to go to before this. The deal didn't go out perfectly the way we planned. So then this team, IJK, they play almost in Europa League every time.
Yeah.
They called me to come over to play with them because the left back had injury. And then when I arrived, that was when this coronavirus stuff almost to Finland at that very moment. So, but the player who they thought was injured didn't get injured anyway, so we didn't conclude on that. So I moved into another team in Jacosta to play with them till end of this May, and then maybe in June, July I can change the club because their league is supposed to start on the 21st of April.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're still in between March there, and that was when the
Corona happened.
Coronavirus was like, boom, and then everywhere was just shut down. They haven't started their league anyway. Their first league match is going to start on the 27th of next month. So their league, they have not started already. Like unlike other places that already played. They have not started.
We've been talking football since. Let's get out of football now. Let's talk about your amazing, because when you started this story, there's something you said that just struck my heart. You and your mother were working in other people's farm. Oh, God bless every mother. Oh, God bless every hardworking mother.
Sure.
Because I mean, if you're Nigerian, you have like similar story. My mom is late too, but I know how it was. But this is not about me today. Let's talk about you. How is your mom now?
She's fine. She's fine. 2 days ago, my friend was there. He sent me a picture. She's fine. She's in good health. She's very fine.
Do you go back? Do you go back home and you say, "Nne, let's go to the farm where we used to work. Let's just walk past there"?
No, not really. She works in the farm most times, but I sometimes don't want her. But anyway, this is something she's used to. There are things you can stop mothers, and there are things you can never stop them.
I will tell you, if you stop me, I will die.
Exactly, because she's always like that. She's this kind of person. She doesn't want to just stay home doing that. She will just stay like this and be like, okay, let's go to farm. And you will say like, okay, don't worry, we are going to do a little farm work. And then you go with her. You're going to stay there till the sun will make you even more black before. You will cry in that farm because when she starts to work, she doesn't want to stop. That's the kind of person she is. So my siblings,
African mothers, all of them are the same. You see how my son.
Sometimes I will be here. My siblings will come here. They will call me like an. He's working in the farm, and the sun is too much, and she doesn't want to go home. I would look the time. I was like, "What is she doing in the farm by this time?" They say I should please beg her to go home. This is how she is.
It's African mothers.
Yeah, so she still works. When I always go home, they already finished the farming. Because I used to come back in May and December when the hours of league time and when the league is finished. So when I come back in that May, I only come back to eat what they have already planted, like corn, pears. So me now.
Enjoyment.
Me now to eat, I come now. Maybe side they go for a walk, but then December period is more like just
New Year
festive period. So nothing happening. But there was this time I was at home. Because when I come back, all my friends, they always come to the house to stay. They always stay in my own house. So That is why when you asked this question about people you grow up with and this, okay, like I'll give you a story. Like yesterday, there was this guy who wrote a letter to Kelechi Iheanacho.
Oh man, I
about being with you.
I am still angry with that letter till tomorrow. I say the Balaga.
Yeah, so one of the guys made a comment in the post, and another person shared it, and then one of the guys made a comment, like he know who Iheanacho was, but one day he saw him, and then he pretended that he know him and all that and stuff like that. You get? I was like, you pretended he didn't know him. I'm sure he doesn't know who you are also. But tomorrow night you're going to say shit about him. Maybe he doesn't remember you. Maybe you know him way back. So until you explain to someone that, okay, this is me, this is this, that. One guy wrote me one that day. I was shouting like, what the fuck? Like, after how many years? How did you manage to locate me and all that? Something like this. Because he explained to me. If I had ignored him, he'd be like, hey, Stanley is doing big boy. He doesn't want to talk to me. So in that post, one of the guys we were playing in the same academy with, we were playing in academy, not that we are close. You understand? And the boy mentioned my name in that place. If there are so many of them, even Stanley Amuzie. You understand? And then I didn't know because he didn't tag my name fully, so I can't read it. Then someone who is my friend, close to me, wrote my name down, was like, why are you calling Stanley Amuzie? That was when I went back to read the post and I saw the guy. I had to send the guy a message. I had to make things clear to him. There is difference between you played in academy with someone and you are close to someone. Playing in the same academy doesn't mean that you guys are close or you guys are past or do this and that. You get? I had to clear him that you don't even know where my house is. I told him fully, you don't know my house. You have never been to my house. So why would you say that me and you, we are, and start to say shit like this? Sorry, I need to say stupid things like this to me. After I finished telling him all that, he had to come to my inbox to even write me a message.
That's one of the problem I have with them.
He came to my inbox. I'm sorry, he wasn't insulting me and this, that. I said, bro, you insulted me by calling my name in that post. I know Iheanacho didn't reply to that boy because maybe he hasn't seen it. But I'm not this kind of player who sees something and just keep quiet. I don't care. All of us, we are from the streets, so we know how everything works. So even if somebody go somewhere like this, doesn't mean that if you say something about me, I don't have to defend myself in it.
I will.
The guy wrote there. He went hunting with Iheanacho. They did this together, did that together. Then I asked the boy, did me and you do any of those things? And it was so bad anyway. So those guys, they always come to my house. So one day I just packed all of them. I was like, hey, everybody come. I told my mom to go and get hoe, cutlass, everything. Bring them come. I had to drag everybody to the farm.
I like that. I like
I had to drag everybody to the farm.
Let's shop. Let's go and walk.
Yeah, I just dragged all of them to the farm that, and they went there. Even the farm didn't even take less than 30-35 minutes. It's finished.
No, but
I had to do something. I did some things like I would just put I would be like first person to make 5 bridges of farm distance.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the person 200. First person to do it, and then you see everybody walking faster.
Yes.
Because it's like a competition now. Everybody wants to win it.
Yeah.
So when we finished, they were like, okay, I want this amount. I said, okay, as you guys finish this thing now, are you guys not happy? Will you be happy if I bring you back again tomorrow to do this work?
Yeah, well. Wallahi.
Nah, my mom did it to me that time we were farming. My mom did it to me.
Well,
She'll be like, okay, if we finish this, she said to me this, if we finish this farming today, and they pay us, that she's going to give me an amount of money from there. I will be so happy. You'll see me walking. I will walk when we finish. And she'll be like, don't worry, she's going to use it to cook food and everybody will eat. So I learned from the best.
Are the same. They don't have to be related. Nigerian mothers, they are all the same. This trick, you don't have this trick. Is it not the next The food you have been eating, is it you that is paying for it? My friend, come on, leave this. But when you deal with your friend, for me, it is bonding. It is fun. It's not just every time you go to Mr. Biggs or you go to this one. Sometimes that's the fun. Like growing up, going to the stream, jumping into water. It's always fun. It's always
100%.
It's not always every time, groove, party. Sometimes let's be Africans. And it's good. So let's talk about the things you love to do aside football, aside farming. What are the things that Stanley do? Like, what are those things that you do? Your kind of music, your kind of movies. What do you do away from football? And do you like to cook?
Yeah, I love cooking. Oh no. I love eating in my house. I don't go out to eat in restaurants. No, unless on occasion where it's necessary to go, but on a normal place, I just make my food at home. I watch myself what I eat. I don't go eat finish, come the porch for us, which I don't know how they prepare.
So now that you're in Finland, what Nigerian food do you miss the most?
I don't miss any food. They have an African restaurant here, African shop. I even finished eating my pounded yam now with Egusi soup, so I'm not missing anything.
Chimo. This boy is not away from Nigeria.
The only place I was away from Nigeria was in Slovenia anyway. Okay. But I always call them, they will buy the stuff and then they will send it to me. And when it arrived, I have never missed an African food before. I always eat it. If it's too much, I go to Italy and buy and eat.
Okay. What do you do away from football? Like, I want to relax. For me, I want to relax is music. Like this speaker. My workers will say, when I bought this speaker, okay, we went to buy some stuff, and I bought this speaker for 100,000. And they were like, why would you buy such a thing? I said, no, this one is my treat. I'm giving myself treat because when I want to read, I like music. That's why I installed the YouTube music on my system. So I just relax. The only problem is the advert that comes in between. I just relax and I'm reading my books and all that. What does Stanley do to relax?
Well, I have this game on my phone, Call of Duty. So I play it almost every
Call
time.
of Duty.
Yeah. And they have a video game too. Play Assassin's Creed Origin and Odyssey. I don't play PS, the football. I am not too good with it.
Really?
And I'm not too good. I can play. It will be difficult for you to win me, but you will eventually win me. Maybe 1-0, but not more than 1. But the shooting games and the fighting games, I'm good at that one. And the music I always like to listen is more like I select the kind of music I listen to. I'm this Igbo person. I'm too obsessed with Igbo music. All this Ogene, all these traditional songs.
Ogene music is actually like, okay, like, I'm not Igbo, but I like Ogene music. I like warrior.
That Ogene music, all those warrior, those traditional music. It's like in my phone now. At least I have like almost 100 of them. But when it comes to the normal songs in Nigeria, I select like the ones I listen to. Not every song, any music you sing.
But if I have to guess your music from what we've said, if I have to guess your music, there's gonna be Fino there. There's gonna be
confirm. Okay.
There's going to be, hold on, what's his name now? Flavor, Humble Smith.
Flavor, like Umo Binibo. You know Umo Binibo?
Yeah.
Them Flavor. I have some music. I have many of Fino's music. I have Olamide's music, like on my phone. I have the video also. And then some of Whiskey. There's some music from Whiskey also. But I have more on my phone. All these traditional songs, all these motivational musics, all these ones.
Okay. Is there a girlfriend or wife or what are the things that we don't know about you?
Anyway, I have a son.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a son. He's going to be 3 years soon. But I'm not married.
Not big
So
boy.
for now, I wouldn't say, you said?
I said not
I
big.
just say, I have a son. Uh, so it's not any big deal. I have a son, I have a daughter, so, but for different mothers. Almost the same age, both of them. So
Wow.
it happens. So it's
You
not,
would have in your second life, you're a striker.
no, not really anyway. The thing is, it's complicated anyway. It's complicated.
Oh, now me complicates
So
am.
it's a
Stanley,
story for another day. You get as it happens,
now me complicates am.
nah, to all these, then back then, maybe say had just the tongue guy anyhow, doesn't even, wasn't thinking straight and all that. So, but the deed is done.
Yeah.
What
Somebody
happened, we
said
said,
something to me some time ago, and he said, this was his word, and I'm going to throw that question to you. He said, yeah, every day you go, they say football hard, football hard. What's it hard for football if they pay you this kind plenty money? So, Stanley, is football a hard job?
uh, for me, it's very difficult because you face a lot of challenges there on the pitch. You know, it looks easy when everybody's watching it on the TV, how they play, because they say those people where they watch, and then they play past the people they
That's
side.
a big pass.
But, you can see that they will use eyes and be throwing different passes. They even score goal before the player will be able to shoot. So it requires hard work. Not that it's so hard, but working towards it is very difficult too.
Recently,
And as you can see, there are some players who already died playing in the pitch. Okay, and you see some players getting injured that we eventually stop their career for life. They don't play anymore. Every single time you see injuries, I think it's all risk. All those things are all part of the risk. So for me, it's an easy job and a very difficult, process also. So
for you, what's the sweetest part of
the sweetest part
Yes, the sweetest parts.
of football.
Yeah.
Yeah, football makes it. For me, the sweetest part about it is you get to, go around. Football takes you around. You get to meet different even places that you never thought or dream of ever to be. Football can take you there. People you never think that you're going to meet. Football can always make it to meet them. So I think there is the fun part of the whole stuff. You get to go around, to your favorite places that you want. You'll be able to do it. And as a footballer, nothing is more sweeter, when you look back home and then you see your family is happy, unlike how you were before you moved. So that's good. I love football anyway.
If Stanley was not playing football, what would Stanley be doing?
I do want to join Army.
And now when you play, what's it called that game now? You want to join Army?
Call of Duty.
You like to play Call of Duty? You are 6 foot. You want the Army with that already?
No, seriously, I had that. This is the only thing I had in mind. I didn't, I was like, I'm so bad with any other thing apart from the messing work that I was doing because I started building on my own. I can set the blog, put the line, build up. Because when I was serving those guys, they started to teach me one or two things in it. But that is the most hardest for me. With all the things that I've seen, it's one of the most stressful work that has after effects.
Oh boy.
You can be doing it at that very moment, like you can be doing it on your own body, you are okay, but there is this particular time it become all those pain, everything will just come out. It happened to me one certain time, with all the lifting and everything. I started feeling it, one after the other from every joint. I was like, woo, like, okay, 2-story building. Then you have to climb the ladder, carrying a headpan full of cement mixed with sand and concrete to climb up there to put it and then come down. So like if you're going to do like 6 bags of cement, and then you have to carry each headpan for 1 bag of cement. Like, let me take for example 20 times. And 20 times that. So you see, you see the stress. Not that the money that you even getting in that work is going to be like too much.
To give 500 naira for the
It's really not to build like each bag. Maybe you get luck. They will say, okay, each bag that you work is going to be like 300, and you are able to do like 5 bags, because I try to do maximum. Highest that I will do is 5. Or
1,500.
if I want to exceed my limit, I'll just go 6 bags. And when you are doing the work, you have already eaten like almost 300 food there. Yeah, because you must eat after half time. You have to eat and then continue again. So not that you even get anything out of the whole thing, but instead of to stay home doing nothing or thinking bad or evil things to do, just do it. Do it because you want to do it. So you'll be able to have some money in your pocket to buy football shoes and try to take care of yourself. So
So let's look.
it's you.
Oh boy, I don't do that work, so that's why I don't understand. So let's look.
Nah. I say an army I want join. I rather go there and then defend the country, than just stay home doing nothing.
You for slap people, say army that they go learn how to slap people.
No, I will be one of the good guys. I'm not gonna do that. Really, for real. Even sometimes when I play this Call of Duty, if I play this Call of Duty, I always imagine myself being in that war front.
All the people where they slap, so when they want to join army, they say they will be good guys.
No, not be person like me. I don't get that kind of mind.
No. You know they get the mind. When they train you, they go train the mind into you.
No, you go the wicked to the people where is supposed to do with, not be on like unnecessary harassment and all this one. For me, you get. But that one,
Stanley,
good person,
thank God you do. You for no. Okay, so let's look into the future. Do you still look at yourself and you're like, you know what? I want to play in the Super Eagles regularly. We want to win the Nations Cup, qualify for the World Cup. What are the dreams you have going forward? The club you want to play for, where you want to go, where do you see yourself in a couple of years from now? And if you retire, you want to be a coach, a club age, a manager? What do you want to do? What do we see? What do we see of Stanley going forward?
Maybe if I retire, I still enter the army back. Okay.
I'll call your mommy. I'll call your mommy. Say what?
I don't get problem again. So if I go army now, they shoot me. Anything happen, I get people who will represent me already. So at least I was serving my country before I died. It's very good to always serve your country. So okay. When it comes to the national team stuff, even the last time I talked, they asked me about this question. I always say the same thing. For me now, the most important thing is your workplace. Yeah. The place that is your work. You get. National team is more like another part-time side of the work. When you are invited, you come to play, and then you go back to your workplace. There is every chance and possibility that the last time you come there may be your last time of coming back. And maybe they will replace you with another person. You get. So for me, my main priority now is my football club. When you get the call to come there, okay, you can always go to answer. But if you don't get yet, you just to concentrate on your club and do the things you need to do. Understand? I'm not desperate, like so desperate to play. It will come naturally. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, it's good. But the most important thing for me now is concentrate on the club issue. And now, for me personally, I'm pushing myself, beyond the limits that I was before. Like now, trying to push myself, to exceed the, potentials that I am. I need to cross over. I need to suffer myself. I need to stress myself. I need to train myself, both especially in my mind, to be able to face whatever is going to come back in the future. And in the future, I see great hopes and great opportunities are there. Very, very big ones. So I wouldn't mention any favorite club because in my mind, I never had anyone. I believe where fate takes you to,
You go there.
you just have to go do your best, you know,
So
even if
what
it's
would
the
you
best team
say?
ever.
What would you say is missing in your game? Like, I look at all the left fullbacks in the world: Marcelo, Ashley Cole, what's it called, Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then you go to them, Cafu and the rest of them. What's in their game that you think is missing in your game? That if I can just add this to my game, or if I can improve this area of my game, I will be the best in the world.
Well, I always watch the clips of Marcelo because ever right from time is one of my best left back so far. With Roberto Carlos, I always watch some of their clips, and the thing is, I've been playing in different clubs not so long, so and then you play different formations, a
Yeah.
whole lot of them, which is different. So unlike them, they play like he has played so many years in Real Madrid and then playing the same formation, so you already adapt to that. And there are some kind of movements you will make, like Marcelo. Now the thing is, how will I say? There's so many, like a lot of things about him that I'm really, really trying to put into my game. A whole lot of it. On my free time, if I just open my phone, I try to watch. You know, I look at myself, how I'm doing now, and then I look at him to see the things that make him exceptional in the game. You know, and then I try to work myself towards it. And most times, players always boost the morale of another player. They
Yeah.
are the kind of players you will be in the pitch with. You can you can play like you are a god in the football, you
I
know.
agree.
And there are some ones you will be into the team with. You can't do half of what you know how to do. You get.
True.
So that is just the other side of the whole stuff anyway. Whereas because if you look, you're like now fullbacks, they always go attack to attack in the forward, support the forward. And then if you go and then the center back who is behind it doesn't cover your back,
Ah, problem. Oh.
it's another big. It's okay. So you see, if he's this kind of center defender who say, "Oh, I'll just play my game. I don't have to cover you," you go and come back and defend yourself. It's going to be difficult. There's going to be a lot of flop there. So I've been watching everything. I know I'm getting to the place. I will go more than him anyway, but getting to the place. So for now, there is a lot of things. A lot of things I need to put in. Just need time. I
Well,
will come.
in all honesty, I think the games that I've seen you play, you've played well. In Warri, we will say, na person way ball bounce well, nice I be play. So sometimes, this football is very funny. I'll use myself as example. This football is very funny. Sometimes it's about time and places where they put themselves. Like you just said, Marcelo has played in one team for a very long time. So good that he's rated among the best. Imagine if he was going from one club to another, one club to another. We might not even know him. You'll be
Yeah,
shocked that,
it's true.
yeah, there are other
It's
Brazilians
another
that are
different
better
thing.
than him. But because he was in one place
That's true.
consistently, that has not put him at the forefront. We do hope that the same will happen for you. Those your friends, those your fans that are out there, if you want to pass a message in this medium to them right now, what are you going to say to them?
Stay safe. Wash your hand. Drink hot water. No, really. The thing is, I I know I have a lot of friends out there and a lot of people who look up to me. Most of them even write me on Facebook everywhere. So the thing is, I'll always be there to make them proud, and always give my best in everything. That confidence they have in me, I'm surely going to live to the expectation of the stuff and everything. And for them also, for the young guys out there who is trying to make it, you know, they just need to focus. Prayer is the main thing. You have to pray, look up to God because He's the only one who is going to lift it. If somebody will tell me that, hey Stanley, I would just go to play an ordinary friendly game, and I didn't even know that somebody was in the stadium watching the whole game, and then I'm in Europe, I wouldn't believe it because I remember that same day there was this girl I got her new. I didn't want to say this, but since the story come, let me say this before I move on. I was in that room with a girl. On a normal note, it's the first time I'm seeing her, and that was supposed to be our first night. And then when the team was about to start, I got a call on my phone. That was exactly when my coach called me. Exactly that time. The match was supposed to be tomorrow, but they postponed it from tomorrow to that day.
Yeah.
And then my phone rang. I picked up the call. I was like, Coach, he said, Stanley, where are you? We have match in a few hours. What are you waiting for? I was like, I thought the match is tomorrow. He said, if you know what is good for you, start coming.
Hey.
Yeah. He said to me, if you know what is good for you, start coming now. I had 200 naira. That was the only money on me. The only money on me. My football shoes are still in my house because I was in my friend's place. I had to take that 200 and give to that girl and say, hey, madam, they go. She wanted to, I said, that's your own business. If you want to stay here, you stay. As for me, I'm leaving. I left, went to my friend's house, took his football shoes. The football shoe doesn't even have teeth. Like, it's like wearing normal canvas. I took it, put it in the nylon bag, this black nylon that they say 10 naira, 15 naira. I fought the hoods and I entered bike. I was on my way there. My coach was calling me. I was like, where are you? I said, Coach, I'm still like 10 minutes away from the place. And that was how I just went that day. If I was that stupid that day, I was like, hey, forget it's nothing. It's just one match. We still have another one to play next time. I wouldn't know what would have been today. So you see, so that's why everything you have to do, you just have to focus and believe in God. Whatever will be, will be. If your calling is to play football, you will play. That is 100%. So you just need to pray, work hard, and everything will be fine. That is all.
Now, I think you saved the best of the story for the end. That weekend.
Oh, forget to. Sometimes women, if they want to punish you, sometimes you will just use women to do it.
But
even today, if I tell people that story, they will be laughing.
But it's funny, like ready for action, and
really fun. Really funny that day. Very, very funny that day. So funny.
But it's one of those things anyway. Thank you very much,
100%.
Stanley, for finally talking to me after 3 years of Stanley Alpha. You know they won't answer me, say, hello, Stanley.
Baba, no verse now. What everybody they complain about?
Hello, Stanley.
I day online every time. I feel day online, I they check messages and all these things. I feel just deep now they play game for my phone.
You know the funny thing, that day, recently, I wanted to tell you that, Stanley, what did they worry you? I know they beg you money. I said, no, I understand.
First of all, I be facing a woman.
Okay. Okay,
I be facing a woman. I be facing a woman right me that.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, this is a woman that writes me. I can't look the pictures where they for the person for your profile piece. I don't even feel catch the one way beyond because too many faces there. Fear. I want to make a young keep quiet that day.
Well, we finally get to go, and I hope that subsequently we would have more conversations when the league, especially when the league starts and you start playing a game. We'll start following up on your week-to-week performances in training and in the matches. And we hope that you have great performance. We look forward to greater stories and greater talk. Maybe I could just come to Europe one day and sit down with you and watch you cook Nigerian food for me. Let's eat together.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. My regards to Your mom, tell her, because I know that our prayers are part of this. If you're a Nigerian child and you're making progress, there is a praying mother somewhere.
Sure.
Very big shout out to your mom. Shout out to your son and your daughter. Shout out to your friends, your close friends who have stuck with you. Some self will see you make progress and then they just run away because, like, you know, people get intimidated by success sometimes. So shout out to all of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, shout out to all of them. And I want to say thank you for helping Nigeria to win bronze medal in 2016. It's still very important to us, especially the way that medal was won. One day, I promise I will talk to Sam Sasia and then we'll tell that side, the other side of the story of that.
A big story, yo.
There is
a to hear that story where.
I know the story, so there is a side to it. Me and Sasia, and maybe one day
story big.
Interview the former Senate President Bukola Saraki. I will talk about how you guys got that plane that took you from Atlanta to Sao. You don't know that story. Don't worry, you'll know that story one day. But
but with the way we hear that time, I just said that data line give us that thing.
That data line given, but some calls were made.
Because the day we want to go that they can't play where they want to put us inside. Nobody agree enter.
That night that they took you,
you go enter your head they hit this thing.
That night that they asked you guys to go enter that small plane, Olabumi Junaid called me and say, can you see they want to kill these players? And then they will not say I'm the one that puts them on that plane. I said, please tell them not to go. But thank God for somebody
we had no choice, so we had no choice. We would have risked it as a player. But when we see Nike say, no, I won't. All of us, you quite happy? No, but the plane is too small.
Cinema does speak.
It was like we'll fly for like 2 hours or something like that. Then we will stop somewhere. And then we will rest again. Then we will refill the day and then we continue. From that place to that place was almost 14 hours.
14 hours, yeah, 14 hours from Atlanta to Sao Paulo.
Even when we land at that airport, we reached at that airport, we had 2 hours before our first match. 2 hours before our first match. So we need to come, go eat, go inside, go take shower, rest for like how many minutes?
They run, they go.
They go stadium. They go stadium to go play.
Tag.
The same day we arrived, the same day we'll get match. Baba, I tell you, best experience.
Go, Allah. All right, thank you very much.
Baba.
Let me go. Once again, happy Children's Day to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye. Thank you.
All right, boss. Bye-bye.
Bye.